Today we're going to talk about a video that says that Nightfall Abbey good, and it says that my video that said Nightfall Abbey bad is wrong or something. I don't know, but I'm just gonna debunk it. Let's go. So the first thing this specific video from another creator says is that I lost 1 million silver in the Black Zone Nightfall Abbey, and that is showing just auto respec costs from fame farming. Which you gotta watch the video to realize it's not from deaths or dying or losing gear. And here's the video that we're going to be talking about. It's called The Truth About Nightfall Abbey and Albion Online. And it's a 24-minute Let's Play video, basically showing off at the end how much fame you can earn with a, what is this, Spike Gauntlet build. You know, a pretty, not expensive, but reasonable build. Without premium, I want to mention this is without premium, how much time it takes to earn, and so it comes out to about 500k per hour without premium in a 5-2, Spike Gauntlet, avoiding all PvP, avoiding all chance encounters with other players because it's filmed on the test realm. And for those that are wondering, oh, test realm bad, oh, I'm going to talk more about that later. But for now, let's just get in with what this video was all about. It's to show how much fame you can earn in the time, how much silver you can expect to lose with auto-respec, which you should always have auto-respec on. Why are you fame farming without auto-respec? It's a waste of your time to not have it. And if you can't afford it, then maybe go gather or get, some crafting up. Do something so that your finances are in order, obviously. And then I show the favor, how much you can expect to earn, even with a chest, and, assuming you even get a chest. Most of the time, you're not going to get a chest with a build like this. You're going to need double blade. I have an entire video series about builds you can use to possibly contest the chest, but at 8.3, 8.4, guys, just going to smash you and take the chest anyway. So then the wizard, of course, goes on to show that on a new character with Druid Staff, you can go and farm Nightfall Abbey just fine and make a whole bunch of money and fame or whatever, right? And it's partially true, but here's the thing. He's using a new character that still has the 3 days of premium active. So he's got the premium bonus, and premium is huge when it comes to loot and silver gains. And in part of this, it says, because my video was filmed on the test realm, that there's no loot to distribute because it's the test realm, and that's completely wrong. The way the test realm works is whenever they snapshot the live servers to create the test realm, it's as if you just copied the servers onto another server. And because players on the test realm, there's like no one there on the test realm. People, like guilds aren't raiding, people aren't doing dungeons. So the black market is completely overflowing with loot. So you actually get more gear and item drops on the test server than you do on the live server, because you're the only guy pulling from that pool of loot. But not only that, the way the black market works is, as time goes on and as, loot is depleted, the black market will pay more and more silver for gear, and there are people that put, sell orders into the black market, so when that money amount reaches a threshold, the item is sold to the black market. And once it's sold, boom, it gets put back in the loot pool, and you go do a dungeon, you get some loot, and so on and so forth. So the claim that the Black Zone has no loot is completely false. It actually has more loot than the live servers. And in my run, I didn't get any loot, and that's pretty much par of the course when you don't have premium, because when you have premium, it's a 50% additional loot bonus, which will get you some loot here and there, but I'm going to talk more about the numbers later because it's very close to what I got anyway, and I'll talk about that. So someone in his comments chewed him out because he transfers some gold to his, brand new character using 4.1 Druid Staff, and it's irrelevant because it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. It's to show if the Nightfall Abbey is profitable and worth doing for new players. And most new players, if they follow the right guides, they will have plenty of silver starting out, especially if the rough stone market is booming. Now, I will argue that if a brand new player is being pushed into Nightfall Abbey or the Mists, whatever, that it's very bad, because even the Grand Master of Nightfall Abbey, which I'll get into later, if he dies, then a new player will absolutely die. And just to show you, like, here is, hold on, Here's the death. This wasn't shown in the video. I don't know if this happened during, that specific segment or if it would happen on a different day. But this is the character in question with the gear in question being killed by, it looks like a somewhat fair fight, and losing some loot. A new player, that's going to bankrupt them. That's going to make them ultra poor, put them days and hours behind if they don't know what they're doing. So that's not good. At around 7 minutes, 30 seconds into his video, he gets a legendary chest in the Nightfall Abbey. I think it could be a tier 6, Black Zone, whatever. Worth 1 million silver. Granted, also, the character has the 3-day premium up. And I have never, ever seen a legendary chest in a Nightfall Abbey, I don't think. Maybe once or twice. Honestly, it's like a 1% chance. It's like you hit it big on a scratch-off. You hit the jackpot on the slot machine. I mean, that doesn't consistently happen. It's not guaranteed to happen. It's, hey, you got a lucky break, congrats. And then, the same thing could also happen. You could get unlucky. You open the legendary chest, and then here comes 8.4 stick with 2 blades, double-bladed staffs. I can't even remember the name. I'm playing something else right now. And, and then all that loot that you got is now theirs. At 8 minutes, 30 seconds in the video, how did SwoleBenji lose 1 million silver? This shows that, you didn't watch the video. They never watched the video. Well, I'm going to tell you a secret for those that got this far. I design my longer videos to absolutely punish people who skip around in the video or skip to the end of the video. That is how I've always done my videos, because the people that just click on a video, skip the intro, skip to the middle, skip to the parts where I put the text on the screen with all the data, those people don't care about my livelihood. They don't care about the actual raw facts. And it's so fun to have people make react videos in the way that, this one is, or people make complaint posts on Reddit when they didn't even watch the video. It's like I'm trolling effortlessly, kind of, sort of. I don't know. It's just something I've always done. At 8 minutes and 33 seconds, he says, "But I made 3 million silver in 2.5 hours." All right, it's calculator time, boyos. So in my video, I showed that you make about 500,000 silver in 30 minutes. Okay, that's how much we made without premium. And he made 3 million silver in 2.5 hours. Well, 2.5 hours would be 60, that's 1 hour, and then plus 60, that's 2 hours, and then plus 30, that is 2.5 hours, 150 minutes, right? Basically, 500K is, not 5 million, 500K is how much I made in 30 minutes. So if he made 3 million silver in 2.5 hours, that would be divided by 5, because 30 minutes goes into 2.5 hours 5 times, so divided by 5. He made 600,000 silver in 30 minutes. He made 100,000 more silver than me with premium, and yeah, come on, man, that's not a lot of silver. At 8 minutes 40 seconds, he says, if SwoleBenji has done Nightfall Abbey as long as I have done it, and I had to pause the video there because, absolutely not. I don't do Nightfall Abbey. I definitely don't do Black Zone Nightfall Abbey. I've got better things to do with my time. But not only that, the wizard himself is actually one of the most powerful player, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, sure, he's not on the leaderboards for, like, kill fame or whatever, who cares? But he is absolutely one of the most powerful people you can encounter, not with high IP items, but just in general in the Nightfall Abbey. Let's say there was your item power was normalized in the Nightfall Abbey in the Mists, he wins. He will always kill you, he will always win, and here's the proof. On screen right now is updated winner names, official playtest for Nightfall content patch. So there was a contest a long time ago, and I actually I didn't live stream it. I made a video about it, and I got half as many kills as the current winners, but I just want to show you, look, most kills, hey look, there's Grinthar, that's the character that he plays, so he not only did he just win the first test, first place by the way, he got the most kills out of everyone, and this was an IP limited environment with 5.4 weaponry, so everyone was on an even playing field, and he's number 1. I wonder why. Where am I at? I'm not on there. I tried my best. I got half as many kills. and I was using a light crossbow build, and I think I did pretty well, but I only did half as well. So, obviously, I don't play as much as he does. Also, playtest number 3, look, second place. He's actually tied for first place, I believe. It doesn't show it on here, but I'm pretty sure it was a tie for first. Grinthar, once again. So not only did he win once, he won twice. I don't know who any of these other people are, but clearly if you win most kills twice in a row, you're a bit of an honor roll student. You're a bit of a, an actual wizard, so to speak. Around 9 minutes in, he begins to chew my asshole out because I'm playing on the test server, which I'm not going to try to gather data for PvE purposes on the live server, because I will just be constantly running from fights. But the whole point of the video is to show that even in the perfect environment, where you get to freely farm the content without being disturbed, in an optimal setting, use a PvE build that's meant to clear entire waves, that the earnings still suck. But if you don't watch the video, then you just think it's misleading. You just think that, oh, he's being a jerkwad. He's on the test server. This isn't a viable video, yeah, right? But the real point is that I'm showing you the perfect scenario. And you're never going to earn as much fame or silver that my video shows on the live server, because you're going to have to run for your life and compete with other players over resources and monsters, and most of the time you're going to be spent running for better geared players. He then goes on to complain about how the black market supposedly works, except the black market is filled with stuff because of the snapshotting and all of the buy orders that are getting fulfilled due to the time passing on the test server where the value increases. And yes, I know that when people clear dungeons and do content that the value increases faster, but it still does increase over time. You can see this yourself by going into the test server, picking a few items, looking at the values, and then coming back a week later and looking at the new values. The reason my character did not get any item drops is because it did not have premium. And yes, if I ran the same test multiple times, I might get some item drops. I might get some bags and capes and maybe some 8.3 items. I could get an 8.4 crypt candle or whatever the hell the big juicy item is. A masterpiece shadow collar 8.4. I doubt anyone's ever sold one of those to the black market, but you get the idea. I showed a situation in which you get 0 jackpots, a situation in which, yeah, you get loot, but you're getting the standard amount of loot for someone without premium. He says that I tried to hide the fact that I'm on the test server from the viewer, and for the start of the video, absolutely, because, like I said before, I punish people that do not watch the full video. This has a very nice effect for, getting Reddit posts, and of course, reaction videos like what happened today. Whereas, if people do their actual reporting and do their due diligence and watch the whole video, they are rewarded, but if not, they are punished. Alright, so he owned up to the death he had, and he blames it on challenging another person rather than playing safe and secure, and that's believable. I mean, the dude is an absolute killer anyway. He's got the contest winnings to prove it, right? He goes on to say that I try to make the black zone look super safe, and when I do a lot of black zone testing videos, I try to take the most optimal, safest possible example, just to show that even in those situations, it's still not better than blue and yellow zones, because it's not. He says he doesn't hate me, but I mean, come on, the world thrives on hate. It's why we're technologically the way we are. I mean, I'm not dumb. I know when people hate me, like, oh, what is Palea? Goes to a different YouTube channel to see what Palea is rather than clicking one of my videos. It's simple. Also, the time I pointed that he was subscribed to me publicly, oops, he's unsubscribed now. Teehee, don't want to upset Coco, don't want to upset the other content creators. Oh, don't want them to kick me from the lunch table. Also, my niche is not hate generation. I wish it was. If I could have it my way, every single video I upload would be trolling people and pissing them off and having funny memories that people will laugh at for all of eternity as long as video media is a thing, until we move on to holographic brain implanted memories or something. But, I mean, I have to make guides or I starve to death, and Albion's just lost so many players that it's not cutting it anymore. That, and then YouTube took away mid-roll, bumpers. That's a 30% loss right there. It's over, man. I'm just gonna burn through savings and then it's over. You guys don't have to worry anymore. Eventually, I'm just gonna run out of money in real life, and without the van that I once had to sustain me, and then the gym I used to go to for showers, which is gone now, it's over. It's game over. The channel dies. I have to race to get to 100K by playing other games, and get the YouTube plaque before I end up dead in a ditch. At, what time is it? 13:38. The wizard himself says he thinks the video that I made is bad for the community, and that it's wrong that I made it or something. And what, showing an optimal Nightfall Abbey run with no interruptions and no consequences? A literal perfect run where you don't encounter a single player, and showing that it's still worse than just gathering in a blue zone or fame farming in a yellow zone. Like, no, it's not bad for the game. It's bad for the guilds and the people that gank the black zones and the people that want to prey upon new players, the people that want to kill new players in the black zones and the abbeys. And it's not bad for the 92% of people that never go to black zones. I make content for them. For that 92% of players in this game never went to the black zone on their accounts, ever. People don't do full loot PvP in 2023. People aren't going to play hardcore WoW, by the way. That's just a freaking add-on salesman scam. Oh, I can't believe what Blizzard's actually like. You can see how out of touch Blizzard is with the actual real community. It's just a vocal minority of streamers and YouTubers. Anyway, so it's not bad for the community because it's just showing data. It's showing data that like you're not gonna get better numbers than that. You know, even if you do the test server yourself, it's not gonna get any better. The numbers prove there's no point to go to the Black Zone Nightfall Abbey and do shit when you can just chill and watch anime and jam out to music and do it in the yellow zone and blue zones and be even further ahead. And purists can argue, oh, it's a full PvP game. Oh, that's boring. It's not fun. I'm excited when people PvP. I like to run from them. Like, I don't know if you guys were isekai'd from being a prey animal to a human, but as an apex predator, as a human, it's not fun to be hunted by someone. Okay, it's not fun to have to run from someone. If you play a game like Dead by Daylight, the survivors are actually the bullies, and the killer is the one getting bullied. It's that's why Survivor's more popular than Killer. You know, it's so silly. But the point is that if 92% of players don't go to the Black Zone, then you know that's the majority, bro. Even though they're not all on Reddit and they're not all in the Albion Online Content Creator Program Discord talking about it, it's still true. And then he talks about being concerned about my mental health. I am so far gone that there's no saving this. You don't understand the mentality of what it's like to be me. All right, you worked 13 years in retail, being a complete yes man. Everything asked of you, yes, absolutely. Getting the highest numbers from being just a crappy bagger to a cashier, working your way up, you know, front-end supervisor, you know, all the way up to, like, upper management levels, and then getting the highest rank and getting kudos from the CEO, only to have that entire life ripped away because you followed a shoplifter to their car and wrote down their license plate. Oops, that's not allowed in it was 2018 at the time. That's not allowed in 2018. No. We have to fire you because what if the shoplifter shot you? That would be really bad for our image, even though you're the hardest working employee and the rank #1 employee in the entire company. Like, for real, dude? And then you could just argue, oh, well, just don't follow the shoplifter. Just let them shoplift. It's insured, bro. For those that don't work retail, they don't understand that as a manager, when people shoplift, you lose budget, which means you can't pay your coworkers to come in and work. And not only are your coworkers like your close family, especially if you don't have a social life like me, and they rely on you. Like, when you have coworkers, like just your regular cashiers and stuff, who have to pawn their items because you live in the ghetto to make rent, because you can't give them enough hours because some shoplifter wanted to buy fentanyl that day, or get high on something, so they stole like an entire case of meat and Monster Energy or whatever. It's ridiculous. But not only that, as the manager, you're salaried, so you're forced to work your minimum 12-hour shift, 2-hour drive through traffic, both ways, by the way, without your employees, without the budget to keep them, in the store working. You have to now do their job. And after big shoplift heists like that, especially multiple times per day, and you do nothing about it, oops, you ever go to a grocery store and there's like one cashier and there's a giant line behind the cash register? That's why. And the cashier is the manager of the store, because they can't afford to hire the cashier to man it. And so what does a society do? Well, currently what a society does is they just let the shoplifter go. Oh, it's insured. The items are insured, bro. Yeah, sure. Yeah, and then they raise prices then the next couple of weeks to make up for it. You have to order less so the shelves are empty. You can't employ your employees, so there's giant lines and bitchy customers because you got 20-line wait. One checkout open. You got one guy doing 5 jobs. So how about I just say fuck that shit, and then I just stop the shoplifting. I just do my part as a citizen who, report it to the police, and the police don't do anything. They honestly don't. They're like, there was one guy that shoplifted, and he literally tried to steal the cops' guns, and he beat people up, and he caused a whole bunch of damage, and then the prosecution just let him go with no charges. Like, the guy had 7 different felonies that night, and they just let him go. They're just like, nah, bro, just don't do it again. It's so stupid. And you expect me to be mentally sane after that? But here's the thing. Anywhere I go for I can't qualify for anything other than retail or fast food, because let's face it, growing up in the ghetto, you become unhinged at grade 5, okay? After grade 5, I realized how shitty the world is. And so there was no working hard in school. Grades don't matter. It's who you know. It's what you're born into in my part of the world. So, from grade 5 onward, life was over for me, essentially. And so, without educational certifications and without the ability to get the educational certifications due to the being unhinged and growing up in the ghetto, there is no other jobs than fast food and retail, or in my case, YouTube. But the point is, if I go to any other retail place ever, then the same shit will happen, in the first week. Oh, here comes the shoplifter, and me, you're just gonna say, well, just don't follow him. Just keep your head down, and maybe don't be a manager, just be the cashier. Oops, I lost all my hours. Or, how about we do the right thing? How about we stand up for what we believe in, for, freedom, the pursuit of, just pretend you're in America or something, right? They seem to be the happiest country on earth, at least, when I visited. And, do the right thing. What people would do back in the day. In the 1400s, you think a bunch of people go to the market square, in the 1400s, outside the king's castle, and they just start grabbing apples and potatoes and just leave? And nothing happens? Oh, it's fine. We'll just grow more potatoes. No! People would be starving. People would be up in arms, grabbing pitchforks and, tackling people and stuff. Now, I'm not an advocate for that kind, in today's society, obviously not, because there's a surplus of food. But people aren't stealing food to survive. They're stealing, trash can bagfuls of cigarettes and stuff. Okay? And I'm too far gone to not chase the shoplifter. And you're like, well, work fast food. There's no shoplifting in fast food. Absolutely there is. It's just not called shoplifting. It's just stealing. You have people that come in as Uber drivers and grab orders that aren't theirs. You have literal people every single day that will bring a giant water tank, 20-gallon jug, and then go to the soda fountain and just start filling it up with Baja Blast. I'm not even joking. They don't even care. They're like, free refills, my man. And then they just start filling it up. And you go over there and you turn that machine off and tell them to get out. You're fired. You put up a little picture from the security cameras of the fake Uber driver that stole someone's online ordered lunch. You're fired. You have a customer that jumps behind the counter and starts smashing all your credit machines and throwing shakes at the poor, teenage, employees that make, coffee drinks because, oops, they got their order wrong, or, they forgot some sauce, and you stand up for them, oops, you're fired. So there's no fixing this. There's no going back to this. There's no how do I say this? There's no becoming hinged again. There's no fixing my mentality on this thing. I'm going to take action. I've always taken action on any bad or wrongdoings, and I always will. Someone has a purse stolen in the middle of the mall, I'm like the hungry pit bull in a daycare. I'm going to chase after that guy that stole that woman's purse, and I will not stop until that purse is retrieved. And you look on, like, Twitter and stuff, and you see purse stealings all the time. No one does shit. No one gives a shit, because they're all scared. They're scared of legal troubles. Bro, I'm in the ghetto, okay? If they're not prosecuting the people that do 7 felonies, they're not going to prosecute me for retrieving a stolen purse. Okay, I'm bigger than them, I'm faster than them, I'm meaner than them, I'm more ghetto than them. They're not going to stop me. Of course, if 6 armed men who are 6'4" and roided out of their loins steal a purse, I'm not going to follow them, because I don't want to exactly die in that manner. That's like going to the black zone, in tier 2 gear on your donkey and just riding straight into the mouth of like a warring guild while they're all dismounted. That's what that is. I ain't doing that. But the point is there's no fixing me. There's no fixing this. Next statement is, it doesn't feel good when you see so many people jumping down your throat. It absolutely does. Every time I see my name mentioned in this here English chat in the bottom left, it's funny to me when they're like, oh, SwoleBenji, blah, 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 blah. Whenever I read through y'all's comments on y'all's videos, SwoleBenji, blah, 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 blah. It's entertaining, it's funny, it brightens my day. I don't have a social life. It's the fucking internet. Who cares what some literal who people think about me? I don't care. It's amusing. The fact that people even mention my name means that I'm not some sort of spectral ghost that died 30 years ago, crossing the street as a kindergartner or something. Like, it's like when you pinch yourself and you're like, am I dreaming? Am I alive? It's like, oh, people are saying my name. I guess I'm not dead yet. Oh, I know absolutely why people hate me. There's multiple reasons. Reason number 1, they don't watch the full video. It's designed to make them to hate me if they don't watch the full video. Reason number 2, they're normies, and down low brothers like myself from the ghetto will never get along with normies, ever. They have their fancy tech jobs in their houses, and their nice schools without metal detectors, and barred up, convenience stores. And being a down low brother, if I go to the rich part of town and I just walk down the street, I get the cops called on me. I don't try to be shady. I can wear a suit. It doesn't matter. I have an aura of impending doom or something. It just scares people. So, like, people, down low brothers such as myself will be automatically hated by people of normie status. That's just how it is. That's why my Discord is designed to filter out normies as best as possible through a Rorschach test of meme pictures. Farming the hate intentionally is all I've ever known my entire life. I have never been treated as an equal, as a human being, as a normal person that's allowed to sit at the lunch table. I've always been the outcast, the black sheep, I don't know what, the weird kid in the corner. Alright, growing up, I had a high interest in video games, and where I'm from, at an early age, that was extremely frowned upon. That was satanic, that was demonic, that was weird. Oh, you don't like football, you don't like, well, I guess soccer for Americans, you don't like sports, you're not into this kind of stuff, you like video games, that's super weird, you're a weird kid, don't talk to me or my friends, you're not allowed to talk to me. The teacher would, be nice and smile to everybody, and then when it comes to me, there's a big angry frown, a big mean face, or just nothing at all. And this has been repeated my entire life. I will be like, as an adult working in retail, and then, the district manager, he's making his rounds around the store. Me with the highest numbers and perfect attendance and all these awards for doing such a good job. He's going around to all these shitheads that call in and they come in drunk, they have terrible numbers, they have customer complaints out the ass, and he's smiling with them, he's being happy, shaking their hand, he's so thankful that they showed up to work or whatever, and then they get to me, It's just a frown, not even a handshake, not even a word spoken, just pure hatred, pure like I'm a creature, like I'm not a human being. I have never been treated as a human my entire life by any teacher, any colleague, co-worker, anybody. So it's all I know. I'm the feral beast of a person who somehow became a YouTuber, I guess, because I had stupid dreams as a kid. I would be like 7 years old at a pizza buffet, and there's a big-ass television in the middle of the pizza buffet, and they'd be watching some sport game, and I fucking hate sports so goddamn much. But the point is I'm like, you know what would be cool? This is like back and before the internet. This is before Google. This is before smartphones. I know you kids that watch my content might be a little bit young, especially those of you trying to join the Discord. But when I was 7 years old, none of that shit existed. I think maybe the regular Nintendo was a thing, and basic arcade games. But I would be sitting there and be like, well, this is stupid. Why are we watching sports? This is boring. I think it would be really cool if these pizza places would hire a guy to play video games, and then we could watch them play video games on the TV, and maybe they could talk while they play the video game or something. And again, this was in a civilization at a time, a period where people hated video games. It was weird. It was demonic. It was, Japanese, scary, video games bad. But me, I'm sitting here 7 years old eating pizza, and maybe like once or twice a year. I didn't really get to go to pizza buffet much. It was more like I don't want to like throw anyone under the bus, but it was after a big illegal thing that generates money happened. Okay, I'll leave it at that. And it's not something that I did. I was 7. I don't break laws. I don't do illegal things. But it's like, oh, pizza time, cool. A certain sale went through, and okay, I'm sitting there eating the pizza. That was my dream. Was like, I want to be that guy. I want to be in the back room playing video games, hooked up to this TV that all the people eat pizza get to watch me play video games. That would be super duper cool. And as I grew older, eventually I started recording all of like I would play single player games on like Super Nintendo, and I would record how fast I could beat the level on like a VHS tape. You get two like VCRs, one records the TV, one records the other VCR. I don't know exactly how it worked. I forget. I'm old now. But I would record like me playing Super Mario World as fast and hard as possible, and then I would like time how long that took. Like this is speedrun stuff, and then I would like try to beat that time so much, or I would record like a video of how to do something in a game, and then like try to have people watch it at school, like, hey, I heard you're having trouble learning combos in Mortal Kombat 3. Well, I happen to know all the combos. Here's a video. And I would, like, give them a blank VHS with, well, not blank, but it's, used to have a blank VHS you could record stuff on. And I would make a combo video for them, right? And, of course, back then, you couldn't, like, talk over it. So I would give them, like, a wad of paper with all the combos and be like, here's a video to show you how it works. And stuff. But people just threw that shit in the trash. They didn't give a fuck. And then eventually, as the internet and computers evolved, I learned how to rip video footage from VHS tapes and convert them digitally. And back then, people had problems watching videos online. It was super difficult. No one had the right codecs. It was there was no video uploading sites. You had to just upload the raw video file to a file hosting website and hope people would watch it. So I would write I was a guide maker by that time, by the way, but by the time I learned how to do that stuff, I had tons and tons of guides on a website called GameFAQs.com. I wrote articles for many different websites, for many different online games. I was just a guide creator. And so that's how I became what I am today. I've always made videos and guides, and that's just what I decided to keep doing as an adult. And I don't know if it's the right choice, but it's like, I don't have any other skill sets, so if I can't make this work, it's game over, which, once we die, you guys don't realize that when you die, alright, it's peaceful. It's like going to sleep. It's like, when you die, it's like you're just taking a nap, and you don't have to worry about anything anymore when you're dead. When you are fully dead, there's no more trouble, no more stress, no more problems. You can just rest. It's over. You don't have to worry about pissing and shitting and feeding yourself and paying rent and you don't have to worry about making friends or what people think about you. You don't have to worry about, making 20 fucking videos on Palea. You don't have to worry about if YouTube is going to be around in 3 months, 6 months, a year. You don't have to worry about being in the content creator Albion program because 3 years ago you cussed out a customer service fucker because they muted you over calling someone a hot dog. Like, what kind of fucking people mute you over calling someone a hot dog? You don't have to worry about any of that stuff anymore. It's done. The credits roll, and then hopefully, if things work out and there's an afterlife, you get to go to the big test server in the sky and do whatever the fuck you want. I want to spawn 1 million bunny rabbits, and then I want to spawn 10 nuclear bombs, and I want to see what that looks like. And then you could laugh at it, and then you could be like, okay, well, let's spawn 10 million whales, and then 10 million lightning bolts, and then watch that happen. And then you have all eternity to just fuck around on the test server. Maybe even make your own game, and people can be isekai'd into it and stuff. Who knows what happens? Maybe it's just nothing at all. And if that's the case, then that means there's no more bad. And yeah, there's no more good, but because there's no more bad, that's good. I don't get where the statement is. It's like, oh, as a content creator, you can make a difference in this game. No, I can't. I don't have a community, unlike some of y'all. I simply get views through search. That's it. That's all my niche is I make a guide. People who don't know how to do a thing in the game search it up, and then they click the video to learn how to do the thing. I haven't had a single person in my Discord talk in the last 5 days. I haven't had a single person pass the Discord questionnaire in like a month. And that guy that passed the questionnaire, faked it, was a huge liar, and was just trying to dox me to find out more about my real-life self so he can mail me more piss potatoes. Alright, let's read some comments, and I've handpicked a few here. Let's start with this one here. I have done the miss every day for a month and have never gotten a legendary. Yeah, I feel you, bro. You can't argue with Benji's focused gathering attitude because the silver is simply that good. It is insanely good to gather in this game. And consistency, he knows consistency is key. It'll always be there for you, except for people who play on East. You guys are screwed. I'm sorry. Anyway, noobs should be building that foundation instead of bombing Mist and Black Zone for low gains. He gets it. This guy's awesome. I think he's very cool. Shoutouts to Hellfire6714 there. And I'm sorry that, this might be text for ants if you're on a cell phone, but hey, get a PC and watch me on PC. Stop watching me on a phone. And here we go. This is a big one. I'm a Yellow Zone warrior myself. There's nothing wrong with that. I have a hard job. Wagey alert. No, dude, I used to be that too, man. When I worked in retail, I had no time for MMORPGs. So good job trying to play an MMORPG and have a work, life as well. You don't want to stress even more in PvP. Exactly. Like I don't play games to feel stress. I don't have anything to prove. I don't give a shit if some wanker online thinks that I'm a pussy because I don't PvP in a PvP video. Who cares, right? Solo statics and group dungeons because it's efficient. Do some faction fights because there's nothing to lose and it's fun, or go gather because it's profitable. See, this guy knows. He does some crafting and he farms on his 5 islands. He do millions a month and he could easily afford premium with the silver he makes, but he still pays for it because he's got a job, so why not? Especially if he loves the game. There's nothing wrong with that. On weekends, he plays with his guys from the guild. Uh-oh. Okay, look, if you're a normie, if you get along with people, if you're easily agreeable, and there are people that are like that, they can be friends with anybody and everybody, and that's a gift, it's a blessing. I don't have that. I have the opposite of that. So, congrats on having that power, but I'll talk more about that later. Group content is always more fun than playing solo. We go roam, we go gather, and I've lost my mouse cursor in the open world, do dungeons. We can come across PvP, sometimes deal with it, we win, we lose, overall we have fun. Benji really has good videos about silver making, but he never plays in groups. Absolutely not. Of course not. You want to know how my Albion Online life has been when I tried to play in groups? When I first started, I wanted to be a tank. I wanted to lead dungeon expeditions and be a big tank, maybe do hardcore expeditions, whatever, but Every single group I did in a red zone or a black zone, one guy would call his friends on Discord, and his ganker group would come, he would leave the party, and then kill us all and take our stuff. I was a tank, you know, using like 6.2, 6.3 gear way back in the day, and I just kept losing and losing and losing and losing and losing. Like 100% of every group I ever did had a guy that had friends that came and killed us every single time. And this is before I YouTubed the game. This is like 2017 or something. I don't remember exactly the year, but it was way before I had this YouTube channel. And so that became very unfun, all right? It became super unfun. But it's not just Albion. It's my entire fucking life has never been good for groups. Let's start with like the earliest of multiplayer experiences I can absolutely remember. Besides like Ultima Online stuff, I was very young for that, and EverQuest, and like StarCraft. Okay, playing with people in StarCraft. You know, if you're a brand new player, you do the 7v1 comp stomp, and then someone forgot to Allied Victory, and now everyone's killing each other. And that's funny to me now, but back then, of course not. But, and then I joined these StarCraft forums to play with people, and I wasn't part of the in-crowd. I didn't have 3,000 forum posts like they did, so I never got to be, the inner circle, so to speak. I was always this weird outsider. And in Diablo forums, I could never really truly make friends in Diablo that actually cared and hung out with me and did stuff. It was just people that traded favors. It was never, like, everything was transactional. It was never just friends being friends for the sake of it. It was always, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. I'll do a hell rush for you, and I get your, what is it, the thing that drops a high rune in hell. I forget the quest. It's been forever since I played Diablo 2. Please forgive me. All right. And then beyond, like World of Warcraft was absolutely brutal because I was actually a very famous Diablo 2 player because I was one of the speedrunners that got like World First 99, or not World First, but like Season 2, level 99. I won a PvP tournament. I was pretty big. But even before all that, I did esports. I was in Halo, Quake, Counter-Strike. I was on official teams, went to MLG, everything. Went to EVO and fighting games. I'm not going to talk too much about that because that kind of starts doxing me and gets into my old YouTuber lives and stuff. But essentially, every single team I joined, I was always the weird outsider. I was never treated like a real person. I was always not so much a problem child. It's people thought they could get away with mistreating me and treating me like a creature, and I don't accept that. I've never accepted that. I always fight back, And I've never just been treated as an equal in any kind of group ever. And then here comes World of Warcraft. By the time World of Warcraft rolled around, I was already working in a real retail job, and it was like night and day there. Like when I worked at my retail job, I did good work, got promoted, and people would treat me like shit, and then I get promoted, and now they're under me, and then they kind of have to suck up to me, and it's like, bro, just be real with me. Come on, man, what's going on? It just never worked out, right? And let's talk about World of Warcraft. So at first I joined some stupid guild with a bunch of other famous Diablo 2 players, and then there was like girls in the guild, and there was a bunch of drama, and everything got torn apart, and I'd never really witnessed or been a part of that, so it was super weird to me. Like socially, it was just weird. And I got demonized for my opinions, I guess, and never got to do anything in guilds. And so this continued like through the expansions. I would, join these random guilds, and then I would get, like, everyone else got treated equally but me. Every single body got treated equally except me. Even growing up, like when I was in band, like everyone got treated equally but me. Everyone got to go to the water park, and because they were a band member, except me, because I was just hated. The band teacher was just like, okay, we all get to go to the water park except Benji. I'm like, why? What did I do? I haven't done anything wrong. And they're like, well, I just don't like you. I just don't like you. And I'm like, well, why don't you like me? I don't know. I just don't. It's almost like the Truman Show, but instead of everyone being nice to you and saying hello, they just like treat you like dirt. Like I'm in a hell simulation. Maybe I'm a serial killer in the year 3000, and I have a VR headset, and this is my punishment, is just being mistreated constantly. I don't know, but throughout World of Warcraft, I'm talking vanilla here, the original releases, I would join guilds, I would get ninja looted, I'd get mistreated, I'd get kicked out, and it just kept happening, and it's like, okay, I gotta do something. I gotta, like, start filtering people and trying different things. And even in WoW Classic came out, oh boy, you know, I'm like, hey, things are different. It's 2021? I don't remember the year. And the same stuff kept happening. Even as a YouTuber, a recognizable name, the same stuff kept happening. And it's like, oh, why? Is it, am I just a whole different person than these people? And it's like, I gotta find a guild that's, like, edgy and doesn't give a shit and isn't snowflakey and, you know, is gonna allow freedom of speech and you know, all this and that. And so I tried joining the most edgelord, most infamous possible guild on the planet, you know, that trolled a United States senator into getting their accounts banned or something on WoW. I don't know. And I joined them, and I was there for 11 months, and I didn't make a single fucking friend in that group. Not a single person considered me a friend. I was just a YouTuber that they used to recruit people. I was just a freak that they kept around like a caged animal that they would poke occasionally for their own amusement. And so, you know, I've added to my filters to filter out people within that guild, and so that's why my Discord is super closed off, but it just, I've never had a good group experience in my life, ever. Not once, not a single one. Not a single one. Nope, no sir. So that is why I don't play in groups. That is why I never play in groups. I have tried, and it's just, it's 100% failure rate. And you can be like, it's more fun, and you could still watch movies. Yeah, you could totally watch movies with your friends in Discord. Oh, absolutely. Except I'm a weirdo, and you get to watch movies with your friends. I don't get to. I get to be mistreated and poked at and made fun of and treated like some sort of subspecies. You know, and having small talk. I don't get to do that. I don't get to have small talk. People don't have small talk around me. People don't include me in their small talk, okay? And talking bullshit. People don't get to, they don't bullshit around me, or they just bullshit at me, okay? And laughing. People laugh at me, not with me. All right, and that's just how it is. So why should I continue to torture myself in groups that clearly don't want or respect or need me in any way? Here's another one. If you hate the game, why playing it? That's not really a right sentence. That's something Benji should consider, because I don't have a choice. I don't get to choose what I play. I don't get to be like, I don't want to play Albion anymore. Let's go play something else. There's nothing else to play. And two, if I stop making videos, I die. All right, and while that would be nice, it's not something that would be nice. You know, like it's like a challenge. I have to live as long as possible. Okay, so I have to continue grinding away at whatever the fuck I can think of for Albion. What should I talk about today? How about the same shit I talked about 2 years ago? How to run a dungeon fast. How to do this and that, because people won't search my channel when they have a, like, every day I get comments in my YouTube that ask me a question that I answered like 2 days ago in a video. It's like, just click my channel and look at that video. Oh man, but why do I play the game? So I don't die. So I don't fucking die. I have no other choice. This is my only exit, is that maybe one day Albion becomes the next Fortnite, and then I get to be ninja for a couple days until everyone cancels me for the 100th time and calls me all this stupid crap, and I'm just a harmless 4chan troll, and whatever, who cares? Let's move on to the next one now. We got SwoleBenji taught me not to join guild because you can have guild island. Trust me, having friend and playing together is worth more than those virtual server. He is constantly making questionable claim because it gives him... What? Whatever, dude. I regularly do Greater Miss Nightfall Abbey solo on 5. Oh, God. Let me just berate this real quick. This guy runs a 5.2 Bloodletter. Bloodletter sucks for mob clearing. It's slow. Yeah, you can run from people, but it's not optimal for clearing. Like, bro, I actually made a video showing all the optimal builds. Go check it out, whatever. I'm not gonna show it or link it. I don't care. You know, no one's gonna really no one's gonna make it this far in the video anyway. This is just therapeutic for me to talk to myself. and get this all out. But dude, this guy's running 5-2 Bloodletter, and he's like chipping away at mobs. SwoleBenji yells a warrior. Don't give him any what does deference mean? I'm gonna Google it. What is deference? What is this word? Respect and esteem due to a superior or of an elder. Okay. Yeah, don't give me any respect. That's fine. Who cares what I have to say? Mr. Fire... Dude, this is what I find funny as hell. This guy thinks he's the hot shit because he runs 5-2 Bloodletter in a black zone. And he's sitting there farming like 1 million fame an hour. And I'm over here farming 20 million fame an hour, making more money than him, getting more fame, getting more shit done with the limited amount of time that we have in this world. But hey, you know, he's living his best life. He's having fun. Who gives a shit if he's making progress? Am I right? All right, few more comments here. We got this guy complaining about a world record video I did. Hey, the rules are that you can use the test server, so why the hell wouldn't you use the test server? You can get max spec and 8.4 gear and, you know, 8.3 food, and you don't have to worry about your overcharge costing you 20 million silver, so only a ding-dong doofus idiot stupid doo-doo head would do it on the live server. Do you really give a shit about people's opinions? No one's gonna fucking care in 10 years if you do it, if you break a world record on the test server or not. No one's gonna care if you beat a Super Mario speedrun on an emulator or an official device unless that's part of the rules. And the rules state that you can do the world record Slayer Corrupted Dungeon run on the test server. So why the hell wouldn't you? It's logical. It makes sense. Stop letting people peer pressure you into dumb decisions like breaking your gear. Next one is, brother, there are videos in which SwoleBenji says you're a pretty good content creator. Dude, this keeps happening, man. Like, way back in the early days of YouTube, I made this video where I shouted out a bunch of other content creators, and one of them was Levi, and it was funny because I was all positive, like, oh yeah, this is a really good content creator, he's got really nice thumbnails, and his videos are really good, blah, 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 and then I go to his Discord, it's just hate. It's just like... he had an army doxing me. He had he had his fans posting on Kiwi Farms. He had all this stuff. Like, he was out to ruin my life because I had an opinion about people spamming in the English chat who were not of English origin. I simply said that they need to cut out the spam, but no, because I named their country of origin, that makes me a bad man somehow. It's so stupid and ridiculous. Anyway, so the only reason I even found this video that's talking crap about me, here's how it happened, right? I always go to Twitch to try to find new friends, and I've been playing a game called Palia. It's just a Farmville game. It's like Harvest Moon, Disney Dreamlight Valley, Stardew Valley, Coral Island, those kind of, like, Animal Crossing. You know what those games are. Surely you know what one of those games are. They're just little farm sims. You just chill. You don't have to worry about raiding and PvPing. You just tend to your crops and chop down some trees and just chill, right? So I'm on the Twitch, and I'm looking for someone to maybe chat with. And here's how it goes. Alright, I'm on the Palia directory, sorted by viewers high to low, because I want to find people to collab with, and make content with, and not be lonely and have no one to socialize with. Let's just close that for a sec. Alright, so here I am, I'm browsing. Alright, here we go. Girl, wizard, girl. Wait, wizard. I know that guy. I recognize him, right? And I'm like, I wonder what he's up to. So I go check his YouTube. It's like, oh, look. It never ends, man. It just never ends. But, you know, it's like, girl, dude? You know, like, possible, girl, possible friend, girl, possible friend, girl, not English, girl, not English, VTuber, can't really tell, probably girl. You get the point, right? It's like less than 50 viewers. I don't know, man. But it's like, and I gotta find a new game. Anyway, oh man, guys, become a channel member. I'm losing channel members like crazy. I put out some pretty good channel member stuff. Right down here where the cursor's bouncing, click join. $5 a month. You're already, I don't know, whatever. The people that are channel members, they know the value of it. That's why they keep becoming channel members and maintaining their channel memberships. What else am I saying today? I don't know. Go watch my paleo videos. Someone buy me Baldur's Gate 3. Steam. I'll just type it on the screen. Can I do that? Where is my on-screen text? Okay. Here's my Steam account. Okay, if you want to buy me Baldur's Gate 3, maybe I'll make content for it. I don't know. It's a single-player game. But at this point, does it even matter? Thank you so much for the support, and if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching my rantings and ramblings, and, you know, for any future people wondering where did it all go wrong? Where were the signs? You know, this video, you can show it on the news and be like, SwoleBenji was the name of his online user alias, before the tragedy. There's no tragedies that are gonna happen, okay? I'm just a fucking dude, plays games, and I don't have any friends. It's whatever, man. It's fucking whatever, dude. Click the video on the right side of the screen, or, I don't know, a building will fall over near your neighborhood. No, that's too much. That's a really bad one. Let's say if you don't click the video on the right side of the screen, you're gonna accidentally spill. No, I'm not really creative today. There will be bird crap on your car, and if you don't own a car, then there'll be bird crap on you. It's gonna happen. Birds aren't real, by the way. And the earth is flat. And what else can I say? Oh, space isn't real. Space is fake. And what else? No. No girls, no taxes, no work, no something simple as. What else? What else can I say? Just click the video on the right side of your screen. I'm gonna punch this rabbit, and when I punch this rabbit, the video will end. Here we go, lads. Video's over. Boink.